Baraka, mayor of the city of Newark. The state's largest city. I've been the mayor for 11 years. Started off as a substitute teacher, vice principal, and a principal. Been an educator for 23 years in the city of Newark. Became the mayor after a long run for political office. Started running for office when I was 24 years old. Got creamed by Sharp James. Been running for office ever since. 16 years later, I actually won the councilman of the South Ward where I was born and raised, and became the mayor the year after that when Senator Booker, the mayor then, became the Senator of the United States. I became the mayor of the great city of Newark. In Newark, we fight very difficult and intractable issues. In fact, the issues that people have in the state, we have them twice in Newark. Most of the people in this room understand that. And I agree with Senator Kent. All the things that are coming out of this country right now are very dangerous. We're in a very critical and serious moment in history right now. A pivotal point for us. It'll decide what will happen in the next 4 years or generations to come based on what's happening in that White House. But I have to tell you this, that we've been having problems before Donald Trump became the president of the United States. He's just exacerbated these problems. He's made them worse over and over again. And many of the people who say they're fighting Donald Trump are not really fighting him the way we need them to fight them. And in this state, the problems that we have, African Americans, Latinos, working class families in this state have these problems over and over and over again because we continue to do the same things over and over again and carry other people's water and elect people and cross our fingers and hope they're going to do what they say for us. That's what happens. We vote for folks based on harm reduction. Whoever does the less harm to us, we vote for them. Very rarely do we vote for ourselves because we've been taught a belief that we can't win, that we don't have the right to contend, that we shouldn't be on the forefront or at the stage. But that's not true. It is absolutely not true. So when you say the number is less than 1% of the state's resources go to black, brown, and women businesses, this just didn't happen yesterday. This has been going on for years. It's been going on for decades, in fact. When you say that Latino businesses represent 20% of the workforce, based on their own work and their own merit, and based on the things that they've done, and we have not invested in those businesses, that's the fault of people who have been in charge this entire time, or people who are supposed to get resources and have not. I'm proud to say in Newark, we've invested $200 million in the last 4 years in black, brown, and women's businesses alone. We've done that, right? That's important. When we start talking about immigrants, right, it's important to me because my grandparents came from the Carolinas, fleeing segregation and Jim Crow, with everything they owned in the brown paper bag in the shoebox because they couldn't stop at Denny's on the way here. The conductor said, next stop, Newark. They thought they said New York, and they got off the train. And we've been stuck in Newark ever since. But my grandfather shined shoes in the barbershop until he became a postal worker. Because postal work was something serious and important for our community, a job they would let us have. He raised his family, and I became the mayor of the state's largest city and a top contender for the governor of the state of New Jersey. And I know that this is just not my story, so I'm not just holding it to myself. This is everybody in this room's story. It's probably half the people in New Jersey's story. There are many people who came here to a port city looking for opportunity, looking for democracy, looking for a chance to use the muscle in their mind and the muscle in their heart to build something for themselves, to create an opportunity for themselves. And so when we say we don't support businesses that look like the people in this room, we're saying we're not supporting the dreams that folks have. They have to build those businesses because they've been discriminated against at work, because they can't get opportunity, because they don't have access to democracy. So what do? They set up their own business on the corner without even permits. And 3 to 4 years later, somebody comes to their store and say, hey, you need a permit for this business. They put their own money in it, their whole life savings into this business. And they try to grow it, but the state has done nothing. And so I stand up for immigrants and the immigrant community because I have an affinity, a relationship, an alliance with my neighbors. I believe, honestly and completely, we shouldn't be having a conversation about open borders. We shouldn't be having a conversation about crime, because you can't conflate those issues together. Because I know when they talk about my community, they talk about crime. So when they talk about our community collectively, they talk about crime. And the real criminals are the millionaires who are getting tax breaks while they cut your Medicaid. While they cut your Medicaid. The real criminals are people who refuse to put a corporate tax on businesses to pay for New Jersey Transit, but want to raise your fare 15%. The real criminals are the individuals that hospitals and insurance companies overcharge you, right, and then won't give you an increase on the minimum wage. The real criminals fire federal workers, cut $800 million so that Elon Musk can be a billionaire. These are the real criminals, not just in D.C., but in New Jersey. Millionaires are getting tax breaks, and the people in this room are paying the bill, and their services are being cut. That's plainly what it is. That's why I'm running for governor, because I think something else needs to be done, that we can't do the same old thing, expect different results, that we can't do what we've been doing over and over and over again and think we're going to get ahead. We have to be bold. We have to be courageous. We have to be imaginative. We have to take a risk, make a sacrifice. If we don't take a risk, if we don't make a sacrifice, then we will never get what we need. We need to take the same sacrifice Harriet Tubman took after she got freedom and went back to the plantation. That's the type of sacrifice we need to make. We need to make a sacrifice that families made when they came here with nothing in their pocket and invested everything in a small business, hoping that they could feed their families. Make a sacrifice, take a risk, do the right thing. Vote Ras Baraka, governor, state of New Jersey.